Hey guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today my voice sounds super froggy because I am getting over the flu. I've had some lingering symptoms, but I am good. My voice is just like, ugh. So sorry about that, but today I'm going to show you guys how to use a sublimation tumbler that you may or may not have printed upside down like I did, and we are going to repurpose it, turn it into an epoxy tumbler so this doesn't get thrown away, because it's a perfectly good tumbler. There's a good seal, you know, it works. It's just, I was not paying attention over the fall when I wrapped it and baked it. So I'm going to be doing a full wrap. This is going to be such a really beautiful, like, springtime tumbler. And the reason I'm going to do a full wrap is just because I know everything is going to be covered really well, because there are some darker colors on this. And if I use like a black glitter, black spray paint, all of that, it would cover it up fine. But I'm wanting to use some light colors. I have a beautiful vinyl here from the Vinyl Cottage that I got at Tumbler Invasion last summer. I want to use it, so I figured this would be perfect. So with all of that being said, let's get started. So in my videos lately, I've been doing voiceovers, but I'm feeling like not doing that today. So I'm just going to jump in and start talking. I am going to trim this vinyl. This is called Bright Morning from Vinyl Cottage. Like I said, I got it at Tumbler Invasion last summer, and got to cut off that trim. So now I'm just wrapping this to get like a rough estimate of where I need to cut it. So I'm actually going to give some space down here because I want some wiggle room, wrapping it around, and I see that I need it to be, it overlaps about right here. Give myself a little wiggle room, cut that, and then what I like to do is just cut from the top down to where I meet the rim, so I know exactly how tall it needs to be. And then this is where it overlaps, so this is roughly how wide. And again, this is probably going to be too big, but that's okay because it's going to give me some wiggle room. And I can always go in and trim it after I apply it. So I'm going to go in with a 60 grit sanding block. Normally I would use an 80. Cannot find my 80 grit sanding block, so this is going to be fine. I'm just going to rough this up, give it some texture, and then clean it with some 91% rubbing alcohol. Alright, so now you guys have seen me do full vinyl wraps a lot in the past, so I won't go too crazy far in detail on it, but I'm going to make myself an anchor, cut that off. I like to stand my tumbler straight up so I know I'm putting everything on nice and straight. And now with the anchored part being down, I can wrap this around, see if it's going to look good, if it's going to be straight, and it looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to start working off that backing. And this is really good quality vinyl, so if you see that there's bubbles or wrinkles, you can pull it up and flatten everything back out really good. It doesn't tear, it doesn't stretch. I really love the quality of this vinyl. Very pretty, and I'm looking through here and I do see a couple air bubbles here and there. I'm going to try to just kind of work them out, but if I can't, before I put epoxy on or anything, I'm going to go in with an X-Acto knife. And I know you probably can't really see it on camera, but you can make just a tiny little slice right in the middle of that bubble and push some of the air out. Make sure it's laying nice and flat, and then when you epoxy, you won't even be able to tell. Now for all of this overhang right here, what I'm going to do is kind of like pull and stretch and fold it down over that rim. I'm even gonna actually fold it down and have it stick so it's not in the way. And then I'm gonna go through with my vinyl trimmer. I got this on Amazon. I get a lot of questions about the exact one. I will try to find it. My husband actually bought it for me years ago. Kind of like a little gift. So I will try to find the exact one and I'll post it. And I actually forgot I was doing this on a previously sublimated tumbler, so you can see the design under that, but that's okay. Maybe I'll do like a very slight glitter ombre or something. But I'm gonna do the same thing down here to the bottom because of course you don't want all that excess on the bottom either. So now this is covered beautifully. I'm gonna go in with Emoji from Color Shot. I'm going to put a very, very, very small amount of paint around the top in the bottom rims, just because of how I did use a previously sublimated tumbler, so you can see just a tiny, tiny bit of that previous design, and it doesn't go with this at all, or I would have left it, but it doesn't go with it at all, and I want that bottom covered up as well, so I'm just going to spray paint just a tad on the top and the bottom. So this is just a very slight yellow, and I think it looks pretty how it is. I am going to add some glitter, but I just like how you can still see through it, like it's transparent, but from where the bottom is not totally perfect, I am going to add some glitter. I am going to go in with Bottoms Up from the Glitter Grind. It's more of like a goldish yellow, but it is a textured chunky glitter. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to go in with my trusty Mod Podge, putting some on the top and the bottom, and with my glitter ombre, even though I am making it very, very subtle, I'm still going to bring my Mod Podge up a lot further than I really want the glitter to be, just so I don't have that harsh like stop line, and I mean it's not going to hurt anything. So since I started my Mod Podge at the bottom, I'll start my glitter at the bottom. And like I said, I'm just doing this very subtle. It's just kind of like to cover up those little imperfections. I'm going to tilt, aim where I've already added, like so. And then same with the top. I'm just adding some right along the top, trying to make sure I get that pretty well covered, and then tilt, aim for what I've already added, and just kind of let that glitter fall. And then since this is a chunky glitter, I'm going to go through and just very gently pat it down with my finger. I love Glitter Grind's glitter because for the most part, I swear it lays down by itself. And I've never had another like chunky glitter just kind of behave so well. But I am just going to go through and make sure that everything is good and flat. And when you do this, you will lose some pieces. Don't panic. That's totally fine. You're not going to lose enough to really be noticeable at all. Especially since we added the yellow paint, so you're really not going to be able to notice if there are some missing pieces of glitter here and there. And I like how, you know, this was added very lightly, so it still gives that like almost transparent look like it did in the beginning with just the paint. But look how stinking pretty! See how it's still transparent, but there's still some glitter there. I am obsessed with this. So I'm going to let this set for about 5 minutes. That's all it takes because I did put a very, very, very thin coat of Mod Podge on this. So I'm going to let this sit, and then I'm going to spray it with Rust-Oleum Matte Clear Enamel. I'm going to pop it on my turner back here from Bama Cups. I'm going to add 2 coats of epoxy, and then I'm going to come back. I'm not sure if I'm going to put like a worded decal on this or not because there is already a lot going on. I might. If so, it'll be something small, but I will return. So I have this really cute decal that I created an offset with. I know you can't really hardly see this one. This is going to be the background of it. It says Bloom with Kindness with a super cute little flower. So I'm going to take what's going to be the top layer, and then I'm going to place it on top of the bottom layer, and then pick it all up at once and put it on to my tumbler. So what I like to do whenever I am removing a decal with really delicate little pieces like that flower, I like to flip my decal over and kind of like roll the backing off, and that makes sure that everything sticks to the transfer paper or transfer tape. And then if it doesn't, all I gotta do is kind of push it back down and continue to roll, and it'll stick right on there. Now I'm going to pick this up and put it right over where I want it on the black portion. Alright, now I'm going to take my tumbler. I like to stand my tumbler straight up and then get eye level so I can make sure that I'm putting my decal on straight. And then I start in the middle and just work my way out to make sure there are no bubbles. There we go, and now we are ready to apply the last 2 coats of epoxy, and this tumbler will be done. Okay, so aside from needing probably 1 more coat of epoxy just to make things really super smooth, this is done. I wanted to show you guys because I love it so much. I love all of the bright colors. I love the quote. I love the vinyl. I love how the glitter ombre is still kind of like transparent, so you can see all of this beautiful vinyl behind it. I really love this. I love it, and I'm so excited about it. And before I go, like always, I do have y'all's cup of positivity for the day, and today's quote is, "Know what sparks the light in you, then use that light to illuminate the world." That is all I have for you guys today. I really, really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you enjoy this tumbler. And like always, if y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Be kind, love one another, and I'll see you in the next one.